around, a lot of the work around Raga and Devesha is, I joyfully embrace it as work around not necessarily pushing away the things that I'm initially resistant to. I think that's really beautiful work around the things that we say not wanting to, and sort of finding like the lessons and the nuance of those things. And um, maybe I have like a slightly uncharacteristic lens around the wanting, because many yogis that you will find will tell you that like the wanting is the ultimate trap, right? That it like gets us stuck in this place where we're attached to certain things. And I just don't think that at this point I can separate my understanding of developmental attachment wounds from my understanding of yoga, right? And in that form, attachment is actually the most beautiful thing, because attachment means secure relationship and connection. So again, it comes through my lens, and each one of you get to decide, how do I define wanting for me? Is there a version of wanting that is limiting or challenging? And you can be with that. And then also, is there a version of wanting that actually allows me to hear my internal wisdom clear enough to be invited towards the things that bring me deeper into myself? Right? And that kind of wanting, a wanting towards wholeness, a wanting towards knowing oneself, is actually, at least in this space, I can't speak for other spaces, but deeply welcome. Right? So I'm going to read to you our Sanskrit word of the day from our Radiant Sutras, and you're welcome to meditate during it or move during it or whatever moves you today, but just let it be some landing pad in between the day that you've had and our practice. And our word today is Kumbhaka. And there are a bunch of different translations for this. The first ones are a pot, a vessel, a measure, a jar, a pitcher, a water pot, a ewer, never heard that word, jug with a wide mouth, the sign of the zodiac Aquarius. So it's that type of vessel. And it says, in practice, with this sutra, we are invited to attend with tenderness to how we embrace the breath. There are many lessons here. One is to consider the lungs to be a pot, a vessel for holding the breath. Kumbhaka has the connotations of a jug of elixir, a chalice, a vessel used in ritual offerings to the gods. We revere the air flowing in and out of our lungs as if it is an elixir, which it is. And we hold the breath as we hold a chalice of some precious substance we are imbibing. In pranayama, breath work, you may hold the breath in the sense of stopping it. But in meditation, holding the breath can mean holding it as you would hold a lover. Holding is an embrace, a welcoming touch, contact skin to skin. In lovemaking, we hold the other person in order to allow them to move and allow ourselves to be moved. In certain sweet moments, the action pauses. Holding and embracing do not mean stopping the flow of movement. Embrace the flow of breathing as you would something infinitely valuable, and you will know peace. There is a world of skill in the way we receive, hold, embrace, and cherish the breath. How do you hold a baby, a cat, a partner? How do you hold a note when singing? Develop a light touch in your practice so you can hold a thought, a mantra, as lightly as you would a hummingbird that has landed on your finger. It alights on you. There is no sense of capture. It is a miraculous meeting. Many meditation techniques emerge from your skill at holding, embracing, and cherishing your relationship with the world. Meditation enhances our capacity for aesthetic perception and rapture. Put yourself in situations of such joy and surprise that your breathing pauses spontaneously in awe. It takes your breath away. As your capacity for this type of kumbhaka develops, fill it with the beauty of nature and great art. Whatever is so beautiful, you want to drink it in. So just take a moment wherever you've landed here to give yourself a little time and space to really hold in the sense of the word that we just explored, with love, with cherishing, to hold what it is that you're bringing today to practice. It might be your body, it might be a thought, it might be a feeling. But can you hold it with tenderness, with understanding, and with deep bhakti, with deep devotion to its care? And notice what your body and your breath do to adjust to this process of holding. Do they soften a bit? Do they curl around something important? And when you're ready, if you're not already, you can bring your hands together, maybe with a little space between the palms to hold the intention of your practice. Just enough room for a seed to be planted. And we'll start with any sound that feels right to you. Deep breath in. Full breath in and full breath out. And when you're ready, we'll make our way to tabletop position, hands and knees. And just some wiggles, whatever feels good in your body. You can move side to side or arch and round through cat-cow. And as you encounter tightness in your body or residue that you're carrying from the day, can you make some space to hold that tenderly with understanding? And when you're ready, we'll meet in a high plank position. So bring your chest forward, spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, lift your knees away from the earth. Deep, full breaths in and out here. So you're holding this shape, which could look like squeezing really tight, right? Which is deeply uncomfortable. Or is there a way that you can hold it with integrity, but also loosely? Relax your toes, relax your finger pads, relax your collarbones. Take a deep breath in here and lift your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch your right leg up and back into the sky when you're ready. And step your right foot forward between your hands. Drop your left knee to the earth. Half splits. Shift your weight back. Walk over to the right. Your left hand can come outside your right foot. Right hand tense over to the right. Lengthen through your side. Come around to the center. Rebend your right knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. High lunge. Lift up. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Flip your palms, exalted warrior, reach up and back. Can you reach around and hold your belly here with your left arm? Offer yourself some support, or if you like, you can hold your lower back. There's something nice about wrapping the arm around the front of the belly to really feel yourself supported here. When you're ready, straighten your right leg and take your time to reach for triangle pose. You can experiment with what it feels like to keep your left hand on your belly or to stretch your left arm up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Bend your right knee. Sweep your left arm past your left ear. Right hand can come inside or outside of your front foot. Press down into your front foot. Exalted warrior. Lift up and back. Exhale down to high plank. Hands meet the earth. Spread your toes. Spread your fingers. Holding without tightening. Full breath in. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Left leg up and back into the sky. Step your left foot forward between your hands. Drop your right knee down. You can pad if you need some support. And then walk your hands back, half splits planks. Flex your left toes a little bit back towards your hip. When you're ready, we're going to walk over to the left. Maybe tent your fingers or grab a block to support you. Back around to the top of the mat. Rebend your left knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. High lunge. Lift up. Big inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Open to the side. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior. Reach up and back. Soften on your exhale here. Again, the right arm can reach in any direction. It might curl around and forward. Embracing your low belly. Straighten your left leg when you feel ready. And you can reach for triangle pose. Feel your low belly supported with your breath. And your hand can stay or it can extend up. Big inhale here. Extended side angle on your exhale. Bend your front knee. Reach your right arm past your right ear. Press down into your front foot. Exalted warrior. Lift up and back. Exhale, high plank. Hands to the earth. Deep breath in here. Slow chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra or upward facing dog. Good, and then take your time, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Malasana at the top of the mat. You could step or hop. And just make some space here. Again, your hands will come to your belly to hold and support. Your hands could also come to hold the earth for crow pose. Knees come up onto the backs of the arms. So just play with it. What feels right here? Wherever you are is just where you need to be today. We're going to meet at the top of the mat in forward fold. So take your time if you're flowing through. Eventually we'll straighten the legs, toes forward. Take a halfway lift, deep breath in, and exhale, fold. Any arm variation that feels good here. Two more deep breaths. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift, make some space. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, sit back, reach your torso up. Shift your weight into your left foot, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Airplane pose, stretch your right leg back. Take your time in the transition. Feel your left foot ground into the earth all the way up to standing. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Stretch your right leg back. Airplane pose. One more time, lift it up. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Find your spine tall. Stretch it back. Right foot goes up towards the ceiling. So you're gonna send your right leg back like airplane, but then bend your right knee. Yep. Revolved half moon. Your right hand's gonna come down to your block. Your left arm's gonna go up towards the sky. Flex your right foot up towards the sky. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Warrior 3 with hands down. And step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Sweep your left leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. You can stay here or flip your dog. Again, hand could come to belly or throat or reach up and back. Lizard pose is our next shape. So when you're ready, unflip. Step your left foot forward. Drop your right knee down. Twist open to the left. Down on your hand or your forearm, your left hand to your left knee. And then maybe twisted monkey, reaching back, left hand finds that right foot. Come forward of the kneecap. Release your back foot. Take your time. Walk your left foot in between your hands, half splits again. Shift your weight back. Slowly start to rebend your front knee. Tuck your back toes. Warrior 3. Hands to heart. Lift away from the earth. All the way up to standing. Hug your right knee in. We're going to twist to the right. Left hand outside your foot or knee. Right arm back behind you. Spread your toes. Revolved half moon. Slow as you can. Right hand comes down. Right foot might reach up towards the sky. You could reach back like twisted monkey. Left hand to your right foot. And then kick back to open in the right quad. If that's not your jam today, perfect. Extend your leg. Extend your crown. Ooh, standing splits is where we're going to meet. Let it go. Chair pose. Right foot meets the left. Sink back. Yeah, just feel yourself being held with both feet on the earth here. Weight into the right foot. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Stand tall. Left leg back. Airplane pose. It's okay if the foot comes down. No problem. Broad through the chest. When you're ready, rise up to standing. Left knee in towards the chest. Sweep your leg. Sweep your arms back. Airplane. Good, all the way up to standing. Left knee in. Stretch it back. This time, bend your left knee as you come back. Left foot presses up towards the sky. Reach your heart forward. Bring your left hand down. Right arm up. Revolved half moon variation. Good, right hand down, left leg stretches back, standing L shape, standing warrior 3. Step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Hands to the earth, right leg up and back. Take your time, bend your knee. You might flip your dog. You might do something else here. Listen to your breath in your body. Lizard pose is where we're going to meet. So when you're ready, your right leg will stretch up and back, and then right foot outside. Your right pinky finger can drop your back knee. Make some space. And then maybe left hand bumps out to the left a little bit. Right hand to your right knee as you look over your shoulder. Possibly reaching back with a bind, or grab a towel, wrap it around the top of your back foot, and hold it with your right hand. Whenever you're ready to release, you can walk your right foot in between your hands, half splits again. Just release. Flex your toes back. Bend your right, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Find your belly supported here. Feel it held, maybe hand to belly, hand to heart. Warrior 3. All the way up to standing with that support. Let yourself rise up into the support. Yeah. Twist to the left. Any way you like. As slow as you can. Revolve half moon. Take your time. Float in the transition. Float doesn't have to mean graceful, right? It just means you're giving yourself some space. Maybe bend both knees to reach back and find the foot with the hand and kick back. Whenever it feels right, standing slip, let it go. And chair pose. Deep breath in here. Exhale, sweep your arms back by your hips. Inhale, lift your torso up, sit deep. Exhale, sweep the arms back. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep the arms back, interlace at your low back. Inhale, open through your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Separate the feet as much as you like here. You can also hold a towel between your hands here. It can feel really nice for the shoulders. Release when you're ready. Let your head hang down. Halfway lift of your inhale. Chaturanga or downward facing dog, whatever your body's needing here. From down dog, deep breath in. Out through your mouth, exhale. Walk the edges of your feet together. Forward to high plank, heels to the left, side plank. Any variation, you can take wild thing, you can lift your leg. Eventually, you're going to lift your right foot up, right hand to the earth, right knee to right tricep. Squeeze it in. Good. Sweep your right leg up and back. Knee to tricep. Right leg up and back. Right foot forward. Warrior 2. Palms try to face up. Just hold the air above you a little bit. Exalted warrior when you're ready. Half moon. Take your time to unfurl. Maybe hand to belly or hand to heart. Chair pose. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Eagle pose. And go deep, bring the elbows down towards the knees. And then unwrap, airplane pose. Step all the way back, high lunge, lift it up. Twist open to the right. Big breath, reach out for your fingers. Exalted twist, hand to the back of the thigh, left arm up. Big inhale here. On your exhale, you could do a handstand hop. You could vinyasa through. You could step back to downward facing dog. Bring your knees down to the earth. Nice and wide on the mat, seat to heels, child pose. Or if you prefer, headstand or dolphin pose. Anything that feels restful and right for your system. Couple more deep breaths here. Moving in whatever way feels good. What decisions would you make in your practice if you were already 100% sure that you had done enough? Like, what would open up? What space would there be? When you're ready, option to take Virasana or camel pose. So you can stand up on your shins, or you can sit back between your heels. It could be a quad stretch, it could be a heart opener, or both. Take a big breath in, lift your ribs up off your hips. And then exhale, just soften open. How can your hands hold you at your lower back and give you support and length? Release when you're ready. Sit back on your heels, tuck your chin to your chest. Oh, sorry. You could take another camel pose. You could rest, roll your head side to side, or stay in your asana if you're there. Got a couple more breaths here. It's this really sweet play, right? We're holding ourselves enough to feel the security and stability so that we can expand and try new things. But we're also leaving enough room for us to try to leap, whatever it is, right? If we're holding so tightly, we never get to check out of the universe to catch us. So it's this really sweet push and pull here. Just the right amount of security and stability gives us actually a lot more freedom. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Walk the inner edges of your feet together in the back of the mat. Really feel your thighs rotate inward, shoulders roll down your back. Come forward to high plank. And we're going to send heels to the right for side plank. Any play that you want to have here. Eventually, you're going to lift your left foot, left hand to the earth, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee tricep. Sweep it up and back. Left foot forward, warrior two. Palms through to face up, soft elbows. Exalted warrior, lift up. Half moon on your next exhale. Deep bend in the front leg takes you forward. Chair pose, right foot meets the left. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Eagle pose. Big breath in, lengthen through your belly. And maybe you hug knees to elbows if that feels good. Another way to do this is just eagle arms in chair pose or just eagle legs with no arms. When you're ready to unwrap, airplane pose. Step all the way back to high lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist open to the left. Big breath in here. And then tip back a bit. Exalted twist. Big inhale. Windmill down to the earth. Handstand hop. Chaturanga or downward facing. Come forward to high plank when you're ready. Slow lower all the way down onto your belly. Pause for a moment. Just feel your body, your tummy, your hips, your chest really held by the earth here. And then you can choose what back body expanding shape feels right to you. It might be Sphinx, bow pose, locust pose, or something else entirely. Feel the support of the earth. When you rise up into any of those shapes, it actually comes from melting down into the earth. From that support, you find length and space to lift up. And I can really notice the difference when I'm trying to just lift myself up without anything underneath me. It feels like a lot more work. And I feel a little bit like I'm not really rooted, right? It's very easy to forget what's underneath us. So check it out. You can send your attention down there to the place where your body meets the earth. Rest when you need to. If there's another variation, you're so welcome to explore it. When you're ready, you can release all the way down to the earth. Take a pause. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. So your journey to get there might be pressing up to high plank. You might move through tabletop. Ground through your palms. Stretch your left leg up and back. Deep breath in. Bring your knee to your left tricep. Inhale, sweep it up and down, slow as you can, underneath your body to your right tricep. Hold it there for a breath. Inhale. Fallen triangle. You can put the foot down or keep it lifted as you lift your right arm up. Big breath in. Right hand down. Sweep your left leg up and back. Step your left foot forward. Warrior two. Let your palms exalt, warrior. Extended side angle. If it feels good, you could play with a half bind, either around your low back or around your low belly, or both. Maybe bird of paradise is calling to you today, or bound half moon. Or maybe it feels really good to play with straightening and bending the front leg. Eventually we're going to land in extended side angle. Take that top arm, the right arm, circle it around and down to walk in between the feet. Toes in, heels out. Lengthen your spine a little bit, a half a little bit. And then fold. Let your head and torso really hang here. Whatever variations feel right, you can walk your hands back or forward. You take tripod headstand if it calls to. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Lengthen your spine a little bit. Walk around to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee to the earth. Shift your weight back for half splits. You could stay with this. You could explore full splits. Or take that twist again from half split that we did at the start. And breathe into your side body. We're onto the front to show you. So we're moving towards Gomukhasana. So if you're in half splits, you can simply hug your right leg and stack your right knee on top of your left. If you're in full splits, you'll roll over to the side a little bit, pull your left leg forward and around and stack. The right knee is going to stack on top of the left. Wiggle around a bit. You can hold the inner arches of your feet. If you like, you do as you want, right? But if you want, you could take a side bend, left hand down on your left side. I can already feel my right push wants to lift. So just play around with it. And maybe the right arm lifts up and over. Whatever side you're going is perfect. We're going to take both sides. And then inhale up through center. And we'll just take it over to the other side. Take your time. When you're ready, you can lift up and fold through center, or just stay lifted. Send some energy down through your feet. And if you feel curious about it at any time, you can play around with a twist. Left hand outside your right foot. Stretch your right leg forward, similar to what we did standing. Reach your right arm back. Come back through center. Take this top leg, sweep it back. Half pigeon, left shin is forward. Your choice. You could stay here. You could take half pigeon. You could fold forward. Your deep breath in and out here. And then you can choose how you'd like to release this shape. You could step back to down dog. You could sweep your leg up and back, or take puff pigeon at the end here. We're going to meet in downward facing dog, facing the back of the mat, but take your time to right leg up and back on an inhale. Step your right foot forward. Nope, just kidding. Right knee to right tricep. Yeah. Right leg up and back. Right knee to left tricep underneath. Take an inhale. Thread it through for fallen triangle. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand down, right knee to nose. Sweep your right leg up and back. And now right foot forward, warrior two. Flip your palms, exalted warrior. Extended side angle. You can feel your heels sort of squeeze towards each other for support. You might play with the mind. Or bird of paradise. Really focus on what you're holding in your hands and on that part of the body feeling that support. Eventually we'll meet an extended side angle. If you've been in a balance, your left arm is going to come out and around all the way down to the earth again. Walk in between your feet. Turn your toes out, heels in, bring your hands up to your thighs. Lift up to goddess pose. You're at center. Take a deep breath in here. Dip your left shoulder down, look up and over to the right. We'll stay here for an inhale and a full exhale. Inhale, find center. Exhale, right shoulder lifts. Stay for an inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, lift up. Goddess pose, cactus arms. Again, straighten arms, straighten legs, toes in, heels out. Hands swing to your roll back. Interlace your fingers. Lift your heart. Big breath in. Prasarita. You can keep these arms or any other variation that feels good. Stay for as long as feels right. But when it feels like time, you can melt your hands down to the earth. Release the interlace, halfway lift, breath in. Bend your left knee, walk around to the top of the mat. Drop your right knee to the earth. Half splits. You could stay with this. You could add the twist to the left. You could experiment with other variations of split pose. For those of us that are really hypermobile, I find that sometimes there's more interesting things going on when I don't go all the way into my flexibility, right? So just play around with that. Sometimes it feels really good to stretch all the way. And sometimes there's more space for the upper body and arms to explore. And we leave a little wiggle room. When it's time, if you're in half splits, you'll circle the left knee on top. If you're in full splits, you'll swing the back leg around and stack left knee on top. Some length through your spine. Let your tailbone reach towards the earth. This time I'll take the right hand out to the right, reach your left arm up and over. Inhale to rise up. And just gently shifting over to the left. Bend your bottom arm as much as you need. Find center when you're ready. You could stay lifted or fold a little bit forward. Always the freedom to toggle between Gomukhasana and double pigeon, whatever is working for your knees and hips that day. And when it feels like it's the right time for a twist, you could take your right hand outside your left foot, stretch your left leg forward, reach your left thumb back. Release, come around, swing that top leg back and around for half pigeon. You could sweep it up and back and reset. Or anything else that you need, maybe puff pigeon to start. And sleeping pigeon when it calls to you. The direction we're headed is to land on your tush. So you could sweep the front leg back, take a final vinyasa if that feels good. If you're good on that, you can simply just sweep your back leg around and forward.
anything that you need here. Your choice, you could go ahead and lie back for bridge or wheel, or a forward fold, seated, legs straight or legs open wide, whatever feels good for your body. So take your time here. If you're moving between the two, like gonna take a forward fold and a back bend, then it's nice for your spine to just take a gentle twist in between. So take the time that you need for your forward fold, lift up and a gentle twist to each side before coming down onto your back. Whenever you do make it onto your back, maybe using a block to support you in bridge. Any other variations that are calling to you here? You could take your time here and move through an extended bridge or wheel or a couple. Or if you're feeling ready, you could move towards the shoulder stand series. That includes legs up the wall or legs up the couch like we did last week. Or if you've got a block at the low back, you can send your legs straight up towards the sky with the blocks and fold. Take your time here. At this point, you're moving through your process of listening to your body, offering counter poses that feel good. Maybe windshield wiper your knees after heart openers, or plow and fish after shoulder stand. And just check in with your system to see what is left unsaid here with your body. It might be to simply find your way to rest, or it might feel good to move through a twist on your back or figure four on your back. Just really trust the wisdom that comes through your body.
yourself these final movements of the practice with lots of breath, lots of presence. And as you feel ready, taking the time that you need, we'll move in the direction of Shavasana or some resting position. And as much as you can, just creating the feeling of both holding and being held. So you might like to grab some pillows or blankets or other things to wrap yourself in. And then also, as you're settling into rest, making contact with your body, using your hands. And you can experiment what feels right to you, whether it's a hand that stays in one place, steady, or whether it feels good or intuitive to move the hands a little bit and feel into your container of your body. Just notice what comes up when the invitation to place hands on yourself is offered. Really take your time with it. This is a really tender practice and process. And so we offer it the awe and the time and space that it needs. Holding the breath can mean holding it as you would a lover. Holding is an embrace, a welcoming touch, contact skin to skin. In lovemaking, we hold the other person in order to allow them to move and allow ourselves to be moved. In certain sweet moments, the action pauses. Holding and embracing do not mean stopping the flow of movement. There is a world of skill in the way we receive, hold, embrace, and cherish the breath. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. And maybe you can feel just a little bit of the warmth of the Gayatri mantra, which is really the light personified through sound. So notice where the light is really warm inside of you. What part of you feels held, feels resourced, feels awake here. Then you can invite that feeling, that warmth to grow, to recruit other parts in the surrounding areas of the body. And as the light expands, you might start to reach out long through your arms and your legs. Yeah, take up a little space so when you're ready, you can roll over onto one side and find your way up to a seat. Just check in for a moment with yourself. Notice what in this practice you felt called to hold inside of you. What felt a little resistant maybe to being held. It's all holy. It's all so vital and important, these messages from inside. And when you're ready, you can stay on your mat or come to take a look at this incredible panther card, which is so powerful and wild. So we're met by the panther and the panther's medicine tonight. And I'll read to you. I think this is such an interesting balance to our process of holding and making space for. Panther represents annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward a more fulfilling life. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they have made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So I think this is such interesting and powerful medicine, right? Like, and when we are moving through those periods of time where we're learning really challenging lessons or lessons that really kick up dust from our old wounds, I believe it becomes, those are so vital, and we welcome the panther's wisdom, and it becomes more important than ever that we hold the vessel of our body, the vessel of our emotions, the vessel of our life and our relationships with compassion and love and commitment in those moments. It's so easy when we're overwhelmed or when we're triggered, not easy, but it is so like inviting to release all holding of ourselves when we are triggered or overwhelmed, right? To turn towards ourselves and say, I should be more evolved, or I should be different. I shouldn't be having these reactions still. And in fact, the very reason why things like Panther show up are to remind us that things come back again and again in different forms. We are continually learning these incredibly valuable and important lessons about ourselves. And each time we refine the way that we understand ourselves. And part of that is refining the way that we hold who we are and where we come from. Not just like the most evolved or polished part of ourselves that is here now, but also all of those parts that have come before. So we might need a different vessel, a different chalice, a different jug, a different sacred holding place for each different part of self. And in the end, they are all part of the same altar, right? They're all part of the same thing. Many names, all one. It's such an honor to be with you. Thank you all so much for your sweetness and your willingness to be here in the flow.